Good morning, VLOGMAS fam. What is up? Alright, today is kind of cold, so man, I got the seat warmer on. I got the steering wheel warmer on. Man, it's kind of cold, but let's do a coffee run. Do that in a grande cup, and that should be all. Thanks. I always forget to reload it sometimes, and I'm like at the counter trying to reload it. You ready for Christmas?
I hope so. I start like early, like usually like August to like September, like getting gifts.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm mostly
Smart.
done, but like just gift cards and small stuff.
Yeah, I hear you. Same here. It's mostly just like for the kids this year, man. So.
Dude, and I have 10 nieces and nephews, and now they're all getting to the age of I have like 6 siblings. So,
Oh wow. Okay.
But like now they're all getting to the age where they just want gift cards. It's like no more toys. Now
Okay. That's my boy Seth at Starbucks, man. He's we actually got cool because I come here a lot, so he always hooks it up for me. So appreciate you, Seth. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you to everybody that's been keeping up with my vlogs and the travel vlogs and just all my content, man. Thank you guys, friends and family, foremost. Kind of wanted to give you guys a video on like why I'm doing this. It'd be unscripted, just kind of in my feels, things I can just talk about, and my reasons, my fears. That way you guys can have a deeper understanding of why I'm doing this and who's it for. And yeah, so let's get into it. It all started with a drone. It was a new adventure, a new hobby for me, something that I kind of always saw on YouTube and thought, man, that was such a cool video. That was really inspiring, and I kind of have this vision in my head that I'm really good at kind of implementing what I see, visualize things, and try to put it into action. So when it started with the drone, we went to San Francisco for work, and I flew it around a bit, got some pretty cool shots, and I was like, man, I wanna dive deeper into this aerial photography, cinematography, and just what I can do with a drone, right? And so when I did that, it kind of opened this door to a new adventure for me. I got to add music, and I was like, man, let me upload this to YouTube. And obviously I didn't really get any views or anything like that, which was fine for me, because that's not why I post on YouTube. That's not why I try to do these videos. I'm not really looking for views or subscribers and things like that. I'm honestly just trying to document a new chapter in my life where I kind of want to like document for my kids. Just they're still young right now, and I didn't have any of this growing up. My parents didn't really record too much, because obviously back then cameras weren't they weren't all that great. So when this kind of technology came out, I was like, man, let me try, especially with the camera quality on the phones. I was like, man, I always tried having like a top quality camera phone, and I ended up getting investing in a gimbal, a handheld gimbal for the phone. And so our next adventure, we ended up going to Hawaii, And this was literally like the year after COVID, and our business was rolling. So we were able to, kind of invest in a week's worth of travel. So we went to Hawaii for a week, and I had this handheld gimbal, put it on my phone, and went to Hawaii. It was like I was trying to document as much as I could and take some drone shots and vlog a little bit. But especially at that time, obviously, I didn't want to seem like I was trying to be this vlogger. I was trying to like be this person, with the camera in everybody's faces. So I didn't really do all that. And I kind of look back and regret it, especially because the kids were a little bit younger. That was a key moment because, Kakai had this cool hair where, it was long and put in this little man bun. He was cool. He was cool. And that was the style though. The videos and the drone shots and everything. And I ended up kind of putting something together, but I ended up editing everything on my phone, and I can't even remember the app that I used, but it was a free app, and it was cool. I didn't even know anything about color grading. I didn't know anything about transitions and stuff like that, because honestly at that time I wasn't even trying to watch YouTube videos on how to do those kind of things, because I just thought I put together something that I can just upload and just show to my family. That's all it was. That's all how it started. And then obviously we went on a few more journeys, and I started like saying, you know what, I want to invest in something a little bit smaller. This handheld gimbal for the phone was a little too big, and it's like you gotta kind of open it up, set it out, put your phone in it, make sure I get my right phone settings, and then I'll get this perfect shot. And then next thing you know, my phone rings or it vibrates or something, and it just kind of kills the shot. I'm like, man, I need something else. Like I wanted a camera. And then but I didn't want to get into the whole technicality of like bigger cameras like the Sony ZV-1s and the Canons and the Nikon, all that stuff. Like I didn't want to get into it. It was too technical, and plus at that time it was a little bit too much for me to invest in. And so I said, let me look at one of them pocket cameras. And so for DJI, and I heard the 2 was out, but I heard the 3 was coming out, and so I was like, I'm gonna wait a little bit. So then the 3 came out finally, and I invest in it, and I'm like, man, this thing's great, but everybody was doing all these crazy reviews on it, and I was lucky because I got it when DJI had just restocked on it. But like, I kid you not, right after I purchased it, I checked back because I was following up on my delivery, and it was already out of stock. And I was like, man, that's crazy. Like I don't even know how I even got that, but it was just kind of like a blessing in disguise, because the Pocket 3 really opened up this door for me that I wasn't needing to feel too afraid to record anything, and I wasn't feeling too discouraged to not want to record anything, because basically with how small the camera was, I was able to just flip the screen, start recording, and get the shots. And because it was already because it's already on a gimbal, basically I was able to do everything I needed to. I was able to vlog because I was a little bit more comfortable. I felt like, okay, I'm a little bit alone, I can go ahead and kind of record and talk to myself, and I would do that. And then I was still able to get like these amazing shots of some B-rolls and things like that of wherever I was. And man, it was so inspiring to have that camera. And then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna trade in my drone, or I'm gonna sell my drone, and then I'm gonna upgrade. The 3 had just came out, or the 3 Pro, so I ended up investing in that. So I got the Mini 3 Pro, and then we went to PV. We went to Puerto Vallarta, and in Mexico. And when we went there, man, it just changed the game. The 4K quality, how it held up in the wind when we were, on the side of the beach, and it was crazy, and I was like, man, this is amazing. So I vlogged that one, and I think we were only there for like 4 days, and that was a great experience. But the downside to it was that Mel was pregnant with Everly, so it made it a little bit more challenging. And it's one of those it's one of those vacations that we're kind of like, man, we have to redo that vacation. I mean, I'm sure you guys have those moments where you're like, man, we got to redo that vacation, or we got to redo that trip, because now that things are a little bit better, or situations are more right, or whether it's financially or mentally, whatever, and then you go back to that vacation, man, it ends up coming out so much better. The experience, the atmosphere, everything. So now these last like 3 or 4 videos that I've been pushing out, hopefully you guys have been able to see some growth in how I'm vlogging, how I'm editing, talking in front of the camera more, just inspirations like that I'm watching from so many different YouTubers, so many different videos and things like that. I just and your guys' feedback, but you guys end up texting me, or you guys end up calling me and telling me like, hey, the video was good, or the editing was great, you're getting a lot better, progress every time, good job, good job, good job. And it's motivating, it's uplifting, so thank you guys so much. But if you guys could leave that in the comment, it helps out so much. So thank you, family, thank you, friends, you guys are amazing. And everybody that's even cool about being on the camera with me, and for the vlogs. I mean, you guys are awesome. Main reason why I'm doing YouTube, this reason comes down to also understanding that we only get older, and time moves on so fast nowadays that you're kind of like, man, I wish I could kind of relive in that moment. And I had some family actually tell us that every time they do watch some of our videos and things like that, they say it gives them nostalgia, it gives them that FOMO feeling, that like, man, I miss you guys, man, I miss that moment, like, man, that day was so fun, or that weekend was so fun. And that's so cool to like feel that experience, you know what I mean? Because there's so many moments and so many trips that we've taken that I kind of wish I had already gotten over this fear, at least this beginning stage of vlogging and recording. And I kind of wish that, I could go back and do it all over again with the camera. This is something I want to kind of document whenever I document it, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, like no matter how I'm recording. I just want to make sure that as my kids grow up, they can kind of look back, whether these YouTube videos of mine are still up, they're always going to be in my hard drive, or they're always going to be somewhere on my computer, and they can go back and be like, man, Dad, like, I remember that weekend, or I remember that vacation, or I remember that trip. And it's something you can't replace, no matter the views, no matter the subscribers, no matter the attention that it gets. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, like, my kids every day are growing up faster and faster before my eyes, and I don't want to miss that moment, whether I can think about that moment and or whether I record it and I relive it day after day after day after day, because tomorrow's not promised, man. And some people go back to videos or even voicemails, and they just somebody that's not here, they listen to their voice, they listen to what they watch their videos or something, right? And that's ultimately what I always want to have. I always want to have these key moments where my kids, after I'm gone, my kids can always come back to these videos. Dad always tried something. Dad always told us, don't be scared to go after what you want. Dad always told us, be true to yourself. And that's what I want for my kids. Love God, love life, just be kind, be present. And that's what I want. So sometimes when I'm not vlogging every detail, it's because my wife always keeps me in check. She says, it's great that you're vlogging, it's great that you're recording, it's great that you're trying to be creative and for your content and everything like that, but at the same time, just remember to also be present in the moment. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, I don't want to step on my own toes. So that's just what I want to do, and she's being so supportive to everything. And some of the biggest fears that we have as a family, especially with my wife and I, is that we don't want to be too too overly exposed to the world to where the venom comes in, you know, and it starts corrupting the roots and just kind of teaching our kids that, you know, it's not about the comments, it's not about, you know, the likes or the subscribers or the fame or the fortune and things like that. Like, that's not what it's all about. It's one thing when you do something you love and things get added to it, you know, the money, the fame, whatever you're looking for, you know. But don't get me wrong, I'd like to get paid for this. You know, I'd like to get paid by advertisers. I'd like to get paid by DJI. I'd like to get paid by, you know, somebody, you know, even for having my Slam Camry and going to meets and stuff like that. I would like to get paid or sponsored. Don't get me wrong, everybody would. And I'm working hard at this to kind of show you guys that, you know, I'm just a regular person, man. Everybody knows I'm just a regular person. We run a full-time business. We have 3 kids. We've been married for 13 years. We've been together for 15 years. Like, it's just mind-blowing to know that, you know, I still feel young at heart, but at the same time, I'm just kind of looking to the future to make sure that my kids are always gonna have a roof over their head, my kids are always gonna have food on the table, and my kids are always gonna have a good heart and love God, and just know that life is too short for the drama, for the stress, for, you know what I mean, just the negative outlook that this world portrays on society. Yeah, this is just my food for thought. Like I said, this is not scripted. This was kind of a last minute, like, you know, video I just wanted to put together, and I just dropped off Malachi at school, and this park was like down the street. So I just came here, just kind of wanted to give you guys what was on my mind, you know, with why I'm doing this and who I'm doing it for. And it's family. I'm trying to keep this very family friendly. I'm trying to keep this inspiring to others, and hopefully I'm inspiring you guys. Hopefully I'm inspiring somebody to, you know, not be afraid and to just, you know, pick up the camera and record and be in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, be adventurous, because who knows when you're gonna have that chance again. I try to make the best of it, and so thank you guys so much again for tuning in, for listening to me. If you made it this long, man, I gotta reward you if you've made it this long into the video. Just leave a comment or something and just let me know, like, you know, what else I could do, man, because I want to be more involved with you guys, but I can only be involved with you guys if you guys are being involved in the comments, or you guys are being involved in my YouTube community, and just, you know, give a shout out or say something, man. So thank you guys. I love you guys. On to the next one. Thank you for watching that. Thank you for watching this. And thank you for watching everything else in the future. All right, y'all. I'm out.